As of recording this, Grand Theft Auto 6 is currently slated to release in November of this year, unless it gets delayed. Again. Whether it gets delayed again or not, Grand Theft Auto 6 will most likely shatter every single video game sales record by a large margin. It really doesn't even matter if the game is good or not. Take-Two, Rockstar, and the public have put so much time, money, and hype into Grand Theft Auto 6 that its success is just pretty much guaranteed. And it's funny because Rockstar have actually been here before. 11 times, as a matter of fact. The most recent video game is Red Dead Redemption 2, the 4th best-selling video game of all time, and what many consider to be the greatest video game of all time. Before that, there was Grand Theft Auto 5, the 2nd best-selling video game of all time. Before that, there was Red Dead Redemption, a critical and commercial smash hit, and a game that for a long time was considered one of the greatest video games of all time. Before that, there was Grand Theft Auto 4, and some of you eagle-eyed viewers out there might be starting to notice a pattern. There's a reason why a lot of people think the only thing stopping Grand Theft Auto 6 from being the greatest video game of all time is World War III. Look, I could contribute to the echo chamber of despair and schizophrenia that is the modern internet, or I could do something fun and creative. I'm gonna go back and dig up all the mainline Grand Theft Auto entries before Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. I'm gonna rank each game on a tier list, and I'm also going to rank each game's protagonist and do... fuck does this even say? The second most important character, the protagonist, if you will. I'm also going to come up with one thing Grand Theft Auto 6 could learn from each game I dig up. And, you know, for now, it's just going to be the mainline Grand Theft Auto games, but if I have time, I'll definitely swing by Red Dead Redemption Land and Bully Land and play those and probably have a great time doing it. Just don't know if I'm going to have time. But first, we got to start with Grand Theft Auto 3. Because I'm not playing Grand Theft Auto 1 or 2. Those games look like ass. I mean, just look at them. They look like something the Smiling Friends will be playing in the background. It looks awful. I'm sorry. Grand Theft Auto 3 opens with a robbery gone wrong, where we are introduced to our protagonist, Claude Speed. No, wait, that's the main character. Hold on, that's the main character of Grand Theft Auto 2. Actually, that's not. This is a different guy. In Grand Theft Auto 3, we play as a silent protagonist named Claude. But he's not related to the Claude from Grand Theft Auto 2. That's still a different Claude. Why they did that, I don't know. We're moving on.
Sorry, babe. I'm an ambitious girl. You're just small time.
Claude's hot Latina girlfriend, Catalina, double-crosses us during the robbery and leaves us for dead.
Come on, Senor Dickhead. It's no problem to kill you. You're gonna be sorry.
Another prisoner named 8-Ball, played by Guru, yes, that Guru, lets us crash at his apartment while we try to lay low. From here, Claude goes on a journey through Liberty City's underworld on a quest for revenge against Catalina. At least, I think that's what he's doing. He never talks, so I have actually no idea what his motivations are. Now, right off the bat, we have some interesting mysteries to solve, like, who the hell is Claude? I mean, the newspaper says that he was a bank robber, and we know he was dating Catalina at the time of the robbery, but beyond that, we really don't know anything about him. Also, why did Catalina double-cross us? Is this like a Dark Knight situation? Finally, who was the real target of the convoy prison break? I mean, we know it was this guy, but we don't really know anything about him or why he was broken out. Honestly, I'm just excited to jump into the world of Grand Theft Auto 3. I never actually played this one growing up. I bought it probably like, I don't know, 10 years ago at this point. Never downloaded it, never played it. Just one of those games that I never got around to. But based on how much I enjoyed San Andreas and Vice City growing up, I've got pretty high expectations for Grand Theft Auto 3.
What? Wait, what? Wait a minute. 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 What? I'm so confused. Why would you end the game like that?
So con number one isn't technically a flaw with Grand Theft Auto 3, and as such will not be affecting its placement in the tier ranking, but I still feel kind of obligated to speak about it. This version, the original release version of Grand Theft Auto 3, is no longer legally playable. When Rockstar released Grand Theft Auto The Trilogy Definitive Edition, which, side note, horrible fucking name for a video game. They pulled the original release version off of all online storefronts. So the only way you could play Grand Theft Auto 3 is if, like me, you already owned the original version of the game before it got pulled. You go out and find an original copy of it for the PlayStation 2 or the Xbox, or if you just buy the new Definitive Edition version of the game.
Ooh!
For reference, that's the same price as Red Dead Redemption 2. Reminder, this is a video game that many consider to be the greatest video game of all time. Double the price of Grand Theft Auto 5 and triple the price of Grand Theft Auto 4 for a collection of games that are 20 years old. I don't know, man. I'm not spending $60 on that shit. I'm sorry. That's just too much money. Speaking of money, money has no value in Grand Theft Auto 3 because the only things you can spend money on are weapons and body armor. Weapons and body armor that you can just find out in the open world scattered around Liberty City. So why would I ever spend money on anything in this game? The radio stations in Grand Theft Auto 3 are also pretty mid, which is a shame because, you know, the radio stations in Grand Theft Auto games always add so much character to the world, but in Grand Theft Auto 3, the radio stations kind of just seem like an afterthought. To put it in perspective, the average Vice City radio station has about an hour's worth of songs, featuring big hits from heavy hitters like Michael Jackson, Hall & Oates, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. Grand Theft Auto 3's radio stations only have about a handful of songs per station, with Rise FM only having 4. And none of these radio stations really feel like they're from the early 2000s. But the weirdest radio station on here has got to be Flashback FM. It's like their 80s throwback station, which for some reason only consists of 5 songs from the movie Scarface. Push to the Limit is on here, which is dope. I love Push to the Limit. Why only 5 songs from Scarface, though? That doesn't really make a ton of sense. Did Take-Two only purchase the rights to these 5 songs, or did they purchase the rights to the whole Scarface soundtrack and then only use these 5 songs? The controls are also terrible. The game has 2 different control schemes, Classic and Standard. In Classic, Claude moves around like a tank, which was the style at the time. The left stick controls Claude's movements, while the right stick controls which way Claude is facing. In Classic mode, you can't control which way Claude's moving and which way Claude's facing at the same time, because whenever you try to change which way Claude's facing, he completely stops moving and the game goes into first person. While you're in first person mode, you can reorient yourself very quickly, but you can't move. You don't aim in Classic mode. Instead, Classic mode features a lock-on system. I don't know if it's a bug or a feature, but sometimes you just lock onto corpses. With Standard mode, there's no lock-on feature. You can move Claude and the camera independently of each other. You can aim. The aiming sucks, but you can do it.
Am I hitting him? Oh my god, forget it.
Just don't play in standard mode if you have 2 monitors and you're using a mouse and keyboard. If you do currently employ 2 monitors and you're using a mouse and keyboard and you try to aim with your mouse to shoot a guy, this will happen.
No! No! No!
As you can probably tell by now, the biggest issue with Grand Theft Auto 3 is something completely out of its control. Grand Theft Auto 3 is 25 years old. See, Grand Theft Auto 3 was originally designed for the PlayStation 2, and some of you eagle-eyed viewers out there might notice that that's not a computer, let alone a computer from 2026. This shit does not run well on modern hardware. Case in point, the mouse and keyboard 2 monitor thing. There's nothing stopping your mouse from hopping over to the other monitor anytime you play this game because mouse lock wasn't a thing in 2001 because nobody had 2 monitors in 2001. If you do click into your second monitor, the game will at best soft lock and at worst crash. And hopefully you've saved recently because, say it with me, this game's 25 years old. There is no autosave feature. There are no checkpoints in the missions. This game's fucking old. That wasn't a commonplace thing at this point in time. So you're better off just playing the game with a controller, unless the controller was made after 2008. If so, that controller won't work. Direct input, which is what this game would have used to connect to your PC, has been defunct since 2008. So if you have a controller that was made after 2008, you can't use it to play this game. So you're gonna have to install a few mods to even get this version of the game to work. Yeah, and don't forget about the GTA NFS MP Other Widescreen Fixes pack. Yeah, if you don't download this mod and try to play this version of the game with widescreen turned on, your bullets won't go where you're aiming. Or you could do what my dumbass did and just plow through the whole game with fucked up aiming because I thought the game was just scuffed, not realize there was a fix for it, and not realize that all I need to do was turn off widescreen until I got to the final mission.
Holy fuck, I can aim! Holy fuck, I can aim!
None of these technical issues are 2001 Rockstar's fault. I don't think they had the time, budget, or manpower to future-proof this game, if that was even a realistic possibility. Modern-day Rockstar, on the other hand, I mean, there's nothing they can do about it now. This version of the game isn't even available for purchase anymore. None of these issues are present in the definitive edition, although there are new issues that you have to deal with, but, you know, you could just pony up and pay the $60 and call it a day, I guess. But if I owned Rockstar, and my company created what was, at the time, one of the greatest video games ever made, I would be going out of my way to make sure the original version of the game was playable so people could see what the original intent of the art was to begin with. A piece of art, which I think video games are, and Grand Theft Auto 3 counts, a piece of art that has culturally affected Americans for 25 years. I'd be going out of my way to make sure this game was playable in its original form for future generations to come. But, you know, I'm not evil, so I can't really be the owner of a multi-million-dollar company, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of deep understanding and I'll get to this, and deep appreciation for the German culture. I think one of the craziest things is you have this whole thing online where people like laud the Nazis. Like, I spend a lot of time talking to Nazis. Like real Nazis. Like real Nazis.
So if the game has all these issues and all these shortcomings, is it still even worth digging up? It's still Grand Theft Auto, but it's like a beta version of Grand Theft Auto. A lot of features are missing, the gameplay lacks variety, and they hadn't nailed down what makes Grand Theft Auto from a visual or a world-building perspective yet. But that's what makes it so unique. While I was playing the game, I was often frustrated about how Liberty City looks almost nothing like New York City. Turns out, that was on purpose. Liberty City was originally supposed to be an amalgamation of random northeastern and midwestern cities, but they decided to add in more New York City influences as they got closer to release. It still looks nothing like New York, but I kind of love it for that. Liberty City has its own character, its own vibe in Grand Theft Auto 3. Portland is cramped, confusing, and actively decaying. It's supposed to be Grand Theft Auto's version of New Jersey, but it comes off like a war zone. There are violent gangs roaming the city, just openly carrying weapons, and there are sections of the city that look like they blew up, like they're actively falling apart. It's almost post-apocalyptic. Then you've got Staunton Island, which is supposed to be Manhattan, I think? It doesn't really look anything like Manhattan. I mean, maybe this is supposed to be the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway? If so, that wouldn't be in Manhattan. I think that would be in Brooklyn, but whatever, close enough, I guess. Shoreside Vale is a pain in the ass to drive through, but it's unique. It's like this bizarre combination of Wheeling, West Virginia, Pittsburgh, and like upstate New York. Like it's three things that shouldn't combine, but it does, and it kind of works. There's also a giant hydroelectric dam in Shoreside Vale, and obviously, I don't need to explain to you that New York City is not directly next to the Hoover Dam, but this version of Liberty City certainly is. Suddenly, the comic book art style of Grand Theft Auto 3's loading screens makes way more sense. They weren't trying to make something grounded or true to life. They were trying to make something heightened and fantastical. And a lot of the times it works. The main gameplay loop of stealing cars, outrunning the cops, having to lose your wanted level, it's still really fun. I also love how the cars control in this game.
Oh, fucking dick. Holy shit! Oh, come on. Oh my god! Why does Kart do that? Why does Kart do that?
See you in hell!
What? Why are they hitting me so hard? Why are they hitting me so hard?
In Grand Theft Auto 5, practically every vehicle stops on a dime and takes corners like they're in a video game version of Tokyo Drift. There's nothing wrong with that. I just really prefer my vehicles to have some unpredictability to them. I like driving cars that are fucking shitboxes in video games. I think it's just really fun, personally. I think it's really neat. Grand Theft Auto 3 also doesn't have the little lines on the mini-map that give you exact directions to where you want to go. Once again, there's nothing wrong with having these little lines on the mini-map. But I really did enjoy having to actually pay attention when I was driving from point A to point B. I actually really enjoyed getting a better understanding of the layout of Liberty City through actually playing the game. So yes, it's a very simple and stripped back version of Grand Theft Auto, but it works. The one area of Grand Theft Auto 3 that doesn't feel stripped back, where Rockstar really stuck the landing, was with their NPCs. They are dumb as hell, even by 2001 standards.
You get in my face with that, I'll beat your goddamn ass, you son of a bitch!
He's waiting outside for me. Yo, look at him staring at me. He brought his buddy too. What the fuck?
You are mine.
But they react to the player in a way that makes sense. In a way that's just realistic enough. This one time I was hijacking a taxi so I could drive to the next mission, and while driving the taxi, I got a pop-up telling me about the taxi minigame. I was like, what the hell? I might as well play it. My first customer, the first person needing a ride from me, the taxi driver, was the taxi driver whose taxi I just stole.
This guy wants a ride after I just kicked him out of the car. That's amazing.
Another great example. My dumbass drives off this bridge, blows up this car. This guy sees everything happen, decides to jump off this bridge so he can get a better look at the accident.
Why'd that guy jump down?
Don't shoot! I'm with the science
Why
team!
did that guy jump down?
I predicted all of this, you know. All of it.
This one time, I get jumped by all these triads at City Hall, and after surviving the ambush, an ambulance is called. The ambulance rolls up, and the medic starts reviving the guys that I just killed.
He fucking revived them! He's trying to get my goddamn core!
These moments are ridiculous and immersion breaking, but they make sense in game. The NPCs are just realistic enough to pull off the illusion and just chaotic enough to keep the players constantly engaged. There are AAA video games that come out today that don't have NPCs that interact with you like this. It's crazy. This game is just impressive, man. There's no way around it. There are plenty of other 3D action-adventure games that help pave the way for Grand Theft Auto, but the open-world sandbox genre, as we know it today, that's it. This is it. This is what it is. It's just Grand Theft Auto 3. Every open world video game that comes out today, in the next 10 years, and the next 20 years, they'll all have Grand Theft Auto 3's DNA in it. After escaping the prison convoy, Claude starts doing some odd jobs for the local mafia. You know, driving prostitutes around, lighting triad members on fire with a flamethrower, putting dead bodies in a car crusher, the usual stuff. Claude eventually gets introduced to Salvatore Leone, R.I.P. Frank Vincent, the head of the local mafia, and his young trophy wife, Maria.
Take the limo, but bring it back in one piece, you hear me? And watch her. She can be trouble.
Yeah. I'm sure your new lapdog has everything covered. And isn't he big and strong?
Maria instantly takes a liking to Claude, and Salvatore ends up taking a liking to Claude as well, but less in the sexual way and more of the I need you to do me a favor kind of way. You get my drift. One of those favors is to spy on one of his lieutenants, who he thinks is a rat.
We got us a rat. There's a guy named Curly Bob, works the bar at Luigi's. He's been throwing more money around than he's earning. He ain't pimping or pushing, so he must be talking. And if he's ratting us out, kill him.
We go through what I think is the first ever example of a tailing mission in a video game. Gonna have to take off some points for that one. And we end up bumping into an old friend.
Mr. Big Mouth himself.
Were you followed? You know what goes on here is our little secret, amigo.
No, I wasn't followed. You got my stuff?
Here's your spank, squealer. Now talk.
Claude, there she is. That's your ex-girlfriend who almost blew your head smooth off. She's right there. She's right. We have to be in like earshot of her because we can hear this conversation. She's right there. We're right there. Go get her, man. Go take her to Pound Town.
Shoot her or something.
We find out that Catalina is now a high-ranking member of the Colombian cartel, and she's using this massive ship to produce Spank. Spank it's like super crack. It's like a weird drug. We'll get to it later. We kill the rat, enlist 8-Ball in helping us blow up the ship. 8-Ball makes bombs, by the way. That's like his whole thing. He advertises it and everything. Whatever, moving on. We blow up the ship. 8-Ball does this funny little running animation.
Why is he running like that?
Salvatore then gives us one last job before we can become a made man. And if you've ever seen Goodfellas, you know where this is going.
Listen, Salvatore thinks that we're going behind his back, so he was offering you to the cartel in order to make a deal. I couldn't let him do that. I mean, the worst thing is, it's all my fault because I told him we were an item. Don't ask me why. I don't know.
Whoops. Looks like Maria told her husband, Salvatore Leone, that she was having an affair with Claude in an effort to rage bait her husband. It worked, probably a little too well. Salvatore Leone tries to kill us with a car bomb, and then we have to go on the run because the entire mafia is now after us. Claude has every reason to be angry with Maria. This little stunt she pulled just made him public enemy #1. But Maria does warn him about the car bomb, saving his life in the process. She also sets up Claude with her girlfriend / Yakuza mob boss, Asuka, who immediately finds Claude some work with the Yakuza and finds him a place to stay.
Is that another me driving the boat?
You'll need a place to lie low. There's a warehouse at the edge of Belleville that should suit your needs. Come back here to my condo when you're ready, and you and me can have a little chat.
You could argue that Claude ends up in a better position because of Maria's stupidity, and regardless of what Maria's original intentions were with rage baiting her husband, she goes out of her way to save Claude's life, which she did not need to do. She did not need to warn him about the car bomb. This will be important later. It's at this point that the story starts to unravel a little bit. At random points, there are missions that are given to us by, notes?
Marie and I have taken a little holiday together until you can get rid of this perverted voyeur.
I guess they had to do some rewrites later in development or something. There are some earlier missions that are like this too. It's very odd. There are also cutscenes where the subtitles don't match the dialogue. Like at all. Not like they're a couple words off. Like, these cutscenes are totally scuffed.
My police source indicates that the FBI has mounted a surveillance operation at key locations around the city. It is too late to contact anyone and avoid incrimination. Take out these spying cops, but be careful. They're bound to have backup.
We find out that Asuka and Maria are a couple now, which I guess makes them the first, like, overtly lesbian couple in a video game? Their relationship and sexuality is only ever brought up as a joke.
Meanwhile, Maria and I will catch up on old times.
Oh, Asuka, you've got a massager.
That's not a massager.
It's also the most character development anyone in this game gets. Asuka has us kill Salvatore Leone as a sign of trust, and then introduces us to her brother Kenji. This marks the beginning of the old Rockstar trope of killing the guy you were working for earlier in the game. Asuka then introduces us to a crooked cop named Ray, who is not on good terms with the Colombian cartel. We spend a big chunk of the game doing filler missions for Kenji and Ray. Filler missions that often involve the cartel, but not Catalina. We definitely should have shot her when we had the chance. There are some highlights in this filler arc. There's this one mission where Ray has us try to assassinate this dude in a bulletproof body cast.
I was born with glass bones and paper skin.
But plot-wise, nothing really happens until this mission.
First of all, let me thank you for dealing with that personal matter. People will read something into anything these days. Experience has taught me that a man like you can be very loyal for the right price, but groups of men get greedy.
Agent Dale
This is,
Cooper?
excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee. I can't tell you how many cups of coffee in my life, and this is one of the best.
What the fuck? Yeah, no, that's Kyle MacLachlan portraying Donald Trump. Well, it's not Donald Trump. It's Grand Theft Auto's version of Donald Trump, Donald Love. Kyle MacLachlan kind of kills it as Donald Love, even though Donald Love isn't really all that similar to the real-world Donald Trump. He's soft-spoken, reserved, polite, and articulate, but in a very uncanny valley kind of way. We get introduced to Donald Love through Ray after we help him destroy some evidence. The evidence in question being incriminating photos of Donald Love. Did Claude destroy the Epstein files?
A valued resource, an old Oriental gentleman I know, has been kept hostage by some South Americans in Espatria. Go and rescue my friend. Do whatever it takes.
We go to rescue the old Oriental gentleman. That's his name, by the way. He has like his own wiki entry and everything, okay? Don't get mad at me. And while going to rescue the old Oriental gentleman, I realized something. He's the guy from the opening. Why was this old guy even valuable to Donald Love? Why was he going to prison in the first place? We get him back to Love, and then Love gives us our next mission.
Nothing drives down real estate prices like a good old-fashioned gang war. I've noticed the Yakuza and the Colombians are far from friends. Let's capitalize on this business opportunity. I want you to kill the Yakuza Wakagashira, Kenji Kassen.
What?
Kenji is attending a meeting at the
We're
top of the
killing
multi-story
Kenji?
car park in Newport.
That's...
Get a cartel
What?
gang
Why are we
car
killing
and
Kenji?
eliminate him.
Why are we doing this?
The Yakuza must blame the cartel for this declaration of war.
Claude, for reasons that are completely beyond me, decides that killing Kenji, Asuka's brother, you know, the woman whose apartment he's currently crashing at, who he's currently working for, is a good idea. Whatever. I guess we kill Kenji and then do some more odd jobs for Donald Love. I'm sure that Asuka will be totally fine with us killing her brother. I'm sure she'll understand. We escort the old Oriental gentleman out of the city and pick up some packages for Donald Love. At no point does it say what's in the packages, but we get a huge wanted level when we pick them up, so it's safe to assume whatever's in these packages isn't legal. Probably more Epstein files. One of the packages gets intercepted by the cartel, and they take it back to their secret base in the construction site, so we gotta go shoot our way in there.
Hey, let's get this out of here. God knows what it is, but he seems to want it badly enough, so it must be worth something.
Hold on, hey!
You!
Hey, take it easy, amigo. No es nada, no es nada.
I left you pouring your heart out into the gutter!
Hey, don't shoot, amigo. No problem. We all friends? Here,
Don't be such
take
a
this.
pussy!
Hey, we got no choice, baby.
We always got a choice, you dumb bastard.
She just jumped off the fucking...
Crazy bitch, man. They're all the same, please.
So, the whore got away. But you've done me a favor. You're not the only one that has a score to settle with the cartel. This worm killed my brother.
I never killed no Yakuza.
Liar! We all saw the cartel assassin.
Oh, really? We all saw the cartel assassin. Really? Was he a pasty white guy in a leather jacket? Like the one you're currently talking to? Somehow, Claude gets away with it. Catalina also gets away during all this. We help Ray escape the city because the CIA want him dead or something, and then we go check in on Donald.
What the fuck?
Oh, Donald Love's just, he's gone. He disappeared, actually. What happened to him? Where'd he go? Whatever happened with the old guy? Did we ever figure out why Donald Love needed him? Whatever. Whatever. We're moving on, I guess. Donald Love is just gone now. We help Asuka blow up a plane and, run over some coffee stands or something. And then we go back to get another mission from Asuka.
Wait, what the fuck? Is she dead? Wait, is Asuka dead? What the fuck? Wait a minute.
So Catalina swung by, killed Asuka off screen, kidnapped Maria, and now wants a $500,000 ransom in exchange for her safe return. Oh, you really should have killed this chick when you had the chance, Claude. Yeah, you definitely should have killed her right there. The exchange is the final mission in Grand Theft Auto 3, and it's pretty clear at this point that something is off. This game's plot is nonsensical, rushed, incoherent, and I would argue incomplete. We never figure out what happens to Donald Love or the Oriental Gentleman. Asuka just dies off screen in just the lamest way possible. And Catalina, who's supposed to be the main villain, is barely in the game. There must have been some insane rewrites that happened late in development. The Kingdom Come mission basically confirms that.
Come here. Here you go. I got a...
What the fuck?
Hey, Rockstar. Hey, a quick question. What's up with the suicide bombers? What's up with that? That seems kind of a little out of left field. It seems a little odd. Is there a story behind that? The mission itself doesn't even feel like it belongs in the game. It's a payphone mission where Claude has to pick up this car for some Jamaican dudes, but it ends up being an ambush set by Catalina. Claude then has to destroy these vans that infinitely spawn spanked up madmen. These spanked up madmen are only ever seen in this mission. You never see them again for the rest of the game. Why would you create an enemy like this and then only ever use them once in the game? Why weren't there more of these guys running around?
President Bush may have been speaking literally when he said he wanted Osama bin Laden dead or alive. Last month, Mr. Bush signed an intelligence finding directing new operations against bin Laden. The order includes the authority to...
Oh, right. Yeah, this game came out 6 weeks after 9/11. I guess that explains the rewrites. We have come across certain small contextual references that we were no longer comfortable with, as well as a couple of very rare gameplay instances that no longer felt appropriate to us. Rockstar did come out and say that about 1% of the game was changed after 9/11, but I don't know if I believe that. They removed a mission that was referencing terrorists, but it wasn't Kingdom Come. That mission's still in the game. So what mission got removed? Were all these weird note missions and scuffed subtitles just a byproduct of all these rewrites? Donald Love just disappearing, Asuka dying off screen, Catalina barely being in the game, just the presence of the old Oriental gentleman. Were all these things products of the rewrites? Were all these things originally supposed to be connected in a different way? I mean, I could totally see Donald Love using a terrorist attack to his advantage. He literally starts a gang war to lower property costs. Maybe all those packages were like components for some kind of nuclear device, and the old Oriental gentleman was the only one who knew how to put them all together. You know, it's funny, I always wondered why these specific buildings in Portland look like they were blown up. Maybe they were supposed to be. We could theory craft all day about where the plot was supposed to go, what was supposed to happen, but none of that changes what we got. We got a poorly told story that gets sidetracked multiple times before ultimately reaching an unsatisfying conclusion. You gotta wonder though, if you asked Rockstar today how much of Grand Theft Auto 3 got changed after 9/11, would they still say 1%? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I could totally see Rockstar not valuing story and characters the way they do today. What 2001 Rockstar thought was only 1% of the game could have been like 20.
The real question is, did you turn up to rescue Maria or to get me back? You have been a busy boy, but you haven't learned. I'm not to be trusted. Kill the idiot!
That was the most anticlimactic punch I've ever seen in my life. Wait, how'd she get in a helicopter so quick? Oh my god, has my FPS counter been in the top right the entire time I've been recording? Dude, I fucking hope not, because if I'm fucking editing this and the FPS counter's been here the whole fucking time, I might lose it. I might fucking lose it.
Get this thing airborne! I'm coming for
Oh my
you.
god. Dickhead.
Residents in Cedar Grove have been coming to terms with the emotional aftermath of a full-blown war that hit the area yesterday. Local resident Clive Denver described to police a single gunman that he saw fleeing the scene with a dark-haired woman.
Oh, we're gonna have such fun, because, you know, I love you. I really do, because you're such a big, strong man, and that's just what I need. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I forget, but you know what it's like, don't you? I broke a nail, and my hair is ruined. I mean, can you believe it? This one cost me $50.
What? Wait, what? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did Claude just shoot Maria? Wait a minute. Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! What? That's it? He shoots Maria? That's how the game ends? Claude just kills her. That's how the game ends. I mean, that's what that's supposed to be, right? Like, what would they be implying if it wasn't that Claude just killed her? I'm so confused. Why would you end the game like that? Like, was that supposed to be funny? Was that like a joke? Like, oh, fucking dumb bitch won't stop talking, blam, shooter. Like, is that really, is that how we're ending the game?
Claude is the most horrifically evil video game protagonist of all time. I'm sure there's some Slav jank game out there where you play as Pol Pot or something, but no, this dude's pure fucking evil. On the surface, he's just like every other Rockstar protagonist. He climbs the ranks of the criminal underworld and then walks off into the sunset. CJ, Tommy, Nico, Franklin, they all have similar trajectories with some caveats. Claude, on the other hand, he's just a fucking psychopath. He's not motivated by money, at least I don't think he is. He never complains about not having enough of it because, you know, he can't talk. He also routinely makes decisions that would negatively impact his ability to make money. I mean, you backstab enough people, sooner or later, somebody's gonna backstab you. I mean, we see this play out in the Kingdom Come mission. So he doesn't care about money or self-preservation, apparently. So what is Claude's motivation? I mean, Asuka seems to think it's revenge, which, I mean, that could be his motivation. Like, he wants to kill Catalina, but Asuka also thinks the cartel killed her brother, so maybe she's just not the sharpest katana in the Yakuza. Once again, Claude can't speak, so we have no idea what his motivation actually is. I mean, we have no idea if he even wants to kill Catalina. I mean, she only shows up a couple times in the game, and Claude never really feels pressed to go and find her. And then when he does bump into her, he just doesn't shoot her when he has multiple opportunities to. So what is this guy's motivation? I mean, is he motivated by chaos or violence? I don't think so. I mean, yeah, he does a bunch of, like, really chaotic, violent things, but he only ever does them because he's getting ordered to do them, or you, the player, are doing those things, where Claude doesn't have a say in it because he's a silent protagonist. He doesn't have a moment to go, oh man, sorry for running you over, like all the other Grand Theft Auto protagonists do. Like when Trevor goes on all his crazy psycho rampages in Grand Theft Auto 5, there's always an inciting incident. There's a reason for Trevor to go off the handle. It doesn't justify anything, but it's a reason. Because Claude can't speak, we have no idea if he's even enjoying doing the things that he's doing. Does Claude look like he's having a good time? No, it just looks like he's staring off into space. Is Claude even capable of feeling anything at all? This whole time we've been asking, who is Claude? I think what we should be asking is, what is Claude? Well, in a literal sense, Claude is this game's avatar. He is the silent protagonist that the player interacts with through gameplay. Whether it was due to rewrites, time constraints, technical limitations, or maybe just a creative decision, that's all that Rockstar need him to be. They need him to be a blank piece of paper that the player could graft themselves onto. Which is why it's so fucking weird that the game ends with Claude killing Maria. Rockstar have tried to backtrack on Maria being dead at all in some interviews, which makes me think that they don't even know why he did it. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess us killing her because the player has to go through it too, is supposed to be funny. Like, I guess it's like, oh, she finally stops talking, stupid bitch. but it's not funny. It's not funny. It's just cynical and weird and disturbing. It doesn't make any sense. Maybe this is just a reference to Jackie Brown when Lewis kills Melanie in the parking lot at like the end of the movie.
Don't say anything else, okay? Keep your mouth shut. Amira, don't say one fucking word, okay?
Okay, Lewis.
See? Just what I said it was.
But this scene works because Melanie has been an unlikable character up until this point and is just kind of asking to get shot. And Lewis is being portrayed by Robert De Niro, who actually can talk and is very good at it. Maybe Claude killing Maria was part of the rewrites, but then we're just back to square one. Why would he do that? I'd like to reiterate, Maria saved Claude's life. Okay? She didn't need to warn him about the bomb. Like, yes, she got him in trouble in the first place, but she also saved his life. Not only that, but Asuka, Maria's girlfriend, then sets up Claude with a place to live and immediately finds him work with the Yakuza. Sure, she's probably just using Claude as a means to an end. But hey, that's better than being dead. And the only reason you're not dead is because of Maria. Maria and Asuka are the only two people in the game that ever cared about Claude at all. Except maybe 8-Ball, but for all we know, he made the car bomb that the Salvatore tried to kill us with, so maybe he didn't give a shit, who knows? Asuka then dies off screen, and Maria's reward is for Claude to spend $500,000 to shoot her in the head as a joke. Like, there's no way the money is what motivates Claude. He just wasted $500,000 so he could shoot the woman that he just paid to save. The player and the other characters have sent Claude down this path, and now, at the end of the path, he's free. He can do whatever he wants. There's no one telling him what to do or who to kill. No more orders. He's free. He can do whatever he wants. And in the absence of order, Claude decides to kill the first person that annoys him, which just happens to be Maria. Claude has no regard for himself or for others. His motivations are simple, primal, and probably beyond even his own understanding. He does what he does not because he enjoys it. He does what he does because it's all he knows how to do. So, what is Claude? Claude is a wild dog. And Grand Theft Auto 3 ends with us taking him off the leash. So yeah, Claude's going in F tier. He's a freak. He's a putrid, pathetic little freak. Claude is the way he is because he is a poorly realized silent protagonist whose only defining characteristic is being a mindless killing machine. F tier.
Hey guys, Editing Billiams here. I just wanted to jump in real quick. I've changed my opinion on the one thing that Grand Theft Auto 6 could learn from Grand Theft Auto 3. Don't have a silent protagonist. Obviously, Jason and Lucia are going to be fully voiced, we know that, but if Grand Theft Auto 6 is anything like Grand Theft Auto 5, the online character is probably going to be a silent protagonist. I am begging you, Rockstar, for the love of God, don't do it. Just have the character go through maybe, I don't know, half a dozen lines of dialogue. Have them have some kind of personality. Maybe even one that we can decide when we create our character. I mean, the player characters in those online modes are slack-jawed, mouth-breathing idiots. They just sit there while the cutscene's playing out and just suck in air and offer nothing to any kind of interaction. Look, I get that the silent protagonists are, a stand-in for the player. Give us like a dialogue tree. Give us some way to interact with the world, from our own perspective, so we don't have moments like Claude killing Maria, which I would not have done if I was in control of the character, because that was stupid and didn't make any sense.
As for the best side character, I mean, it's tough. I want to give it to Donald Love, but he just disappears. I guess I'll just have it be a tie between Asuka and Maria. I mean, they're the only characters that even remotely give a shit about Claude in any capacity, and they're some of the only characters that even offer any kind of, attempt at humor or attempt at being anything other than just, hey, Claude, go do this. Yeah, we could throw him in B tier. I'm fine with that. I'm not going to put up a fight. Throw him in B tier. As for Grand Theft Auto 3 as a whole, It's tough. I mean, everything this game does, other Rockstar games have just done better. You can't even purchase this version of the game anymore, and even if you have this version, it requires multiple mods to work properly. The gameplay is fine, it just lacks variety. The game barely has a plot, and only a few of its characters even move the needle. This game has aged horribly, and should get chucked in D tier as a result. But I don't know, man. I find this game fascinating. It's like a beta version of Grand Theft Auto. I mean, a better analogy would be it's like revisiting one of your favorite band's earlier albums before they nailed down what their sound was. Grand Theft Auto 3 is on its own little island, completely separated from the rest of Rockstar's catalog by decades of experience and stylistic shifts. Grand Theft Auto 3 is not a testament to Rockstar's skill, but it is a testament to Rockstar's ambition. I'm gonna put it in C tier. Maybe I'm being too harsh, maybe I'm being too nice, I don't know. I just think this game has more value as a time capsule than as an actual video game. It's just frustrating, man. I think if there was just a little bit more gameplay variety, if, you know, the characters were more likable, if the story was more engaging, I think Grand Theft Auto 3 could have been a bigger hit than it already was. Thankfully, Rockstar felt the same way.
So how'd the deal go down? You sitting on some white gold?
Look, Sonny, we were set up. The deal was an ambush.
Tell me you still got the money.
No, Sonny. I don't have the money.
That was my money, Tommy! My money! You better not be screwing me, Tommy, because you know I'm not a man to be screwed with!
Wait, Sonny. You have my personal assurance that I'm gonna get you your money back, and the drugs, and I'm gonna mail you the dicks of those responsible.
Hey, I already know that. You're not a fool, Tommy, but I warn you, neither am I. I'll be in touch.